Should be live.
I think we're live.
Wow.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Hi. It's so cool to do this with you guys, although I can't see you.
Yes. They can see us. We can't see them.
So this is what like a TV thing would be like.
I know, right? We'll give folks maybe a minute or two to log in and get comfortable, get ready. This will be a nice, easy conversation with one of our favorite people here, which I'm super excited. We shall introduce her in a second, but I'll give people a second to log on. As we're waiting, I think we should all give a moment to appreciate the new summer launch. I mean, this is in preparation of celebrating such a big moment for Covet, but I hope everyone has been loving the summer season so far. I know I have been. It's been super fun to work on this before it launched, and seeing everybody's new styles and game has been awesome. So we hope you guys are loving it as much as we are internally.
Yeah, thank you all for joining, especially I bet for some of you it's not a convenient hour. So thank you so much.
Yeah, especially we should give a major shout out to Judy because she's actually she's tuning in from tomorrow. So she's in New Zealand. And what time was it? 8 o'clock for you?
Yeah, 8. It's
in the morning.
I've been up in a while, but I'm loving it. I'm now a morning person.
Well, thank you so much, Judy. Let's kick things off. I think we can go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone. My name is Chelsea from the Covet team. Thank you guys for joining. We're really excited to kick off our summer season launch party, of course, with a very special guest who really does not need any introduction, but Judy Gao is here with us as well. Yay! So before we kick things off and really get to talk with Judy, I do want to kind of run through the itinerary and just also give some reminders. We want today to be a safe and supportive space. So we just ask you all to be kind to yourselves and to others in the comments, whether you're tuning in on Facebook or YouTube. We just want this to be a really big celebration of summer and with hanging out with Judy Gao. So please just make sure to be nice, and we thank you all in advance for helping us achieve that. So today, like you guys can see, we're celebrating summer launch. We're getting to know Judy Gao on a more personal level. And of course, it wouldn't be a Covet Social without some trivia. So we're gonna package that all up and have a great next half an hour. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to Judy Gao. I feel like I need music. I need welcoming music. So this summer, we're all about making waves. And I think when we were thinking about who would be an amazing partner to kind of talk with, we all thought about you, Judy. I mean, I think that anybody could look at your designs in person and in Covet and be taken away. I mean, I think they transport you to another place. They're so beautiful. And I think maybe a lot of people may not know that you are not just an incredible designer, but you, and self-taught, I should say that, but you were a Project Runway New Zealand contestant. You are a competitive chess player. You are a Covet favorite. You're all these things, which I think is incredible. And that's exactly what we love, is to highlight someone like yourself. So thank you so much for joining with us today.
No, thank you. And I do believe that, you know, in life, just take as many opportunities as you can. And that's why I'm here. Yeah, I found your app through the game store. It looks so fun. And I just have to message to be a part of it.
Yes, well, we are so thankful that you did that. And I think speaking for a lot of the community, I know we're all very thankful. I would love to hear a little bit. I mean, you're self-taught. Can you kind of talk us through how you started designing at such a young age, and if you've always been interested in fashion?
Yeah, absolutely. So it started in high school. We had a sewing class, and you know, we could choose between wood tech, sewing, food. But of course I was like, oh wow, that's so awesome, we can make our own clothes. I had to pick that subject, and I felt it was an instant connection with it because not to like, humble brag, but I was, compared to the other students in the class, I was, I felt I had a natural thing for it. Like I could start making jackets and skirts and all that. And yeah, really went from there. And I had amazing teachers who took extra time out of the curriculum to teach me extra stuff from the industry and from their experience. So super grateful for school. And from there, I entered lots of design competitions where that really pushed me to design lots of extra things and to step out of my comfort zone to learn more things. And yeah, I think that's where it kind of took off.
Yeah, that's so incredible. I think that's something that maybe a lot of us forget, is that like that instant kind of connection, or like that intuition of just feeling like that's the right move to take. That's really awesome to hear. What was your kind of experience with the design competitions or with Project Runway from your perspective?
I'm a very competitive person, as you could tell from chess playing. So I had to enter all the competitions and do my best. So I did trash to fashion, where it was so fun. As kids, we would gather kind of trash or unused products and make it into like a wearable arts item. And then we could model it ourselves in the runway. So that was a highlight. And lots of other wearable arts competitions, ball dress competitions. So I entered as many as I could find online. And yeah, I think I got a few prizes. Not all of them were first, but it was kind of a good momentum to make me feel more confident and kind of see what, the other players are doing in the industry.
Oh, definitely. I think that's really awesome to hear, and I think a lot of our players can really connect with that, of like wanting to advance and learn. And I think sometimes you don't always need to win to learn out of something. And I think that's awesome to hear that you also were kind of always trying to learn, and almost like a puzzle, like trying to unlock all the secrets. And I think that's definitely a testament to your designs now, because I feel like they're unbeatable. So that's so incredible to hear.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, winning, it's really great, but not the most important thing. For example, on Project Runway, I felt that even though everyone was kind of going after the prize, for me, it was just being there and kind of learning more skills, pushing myself to, do anything under time pressure. And I took a lot out of that.
Totally. I think we're seeing some comments of us speaking up. So I don't know, Judy, if you can on your side, just so that we can make sure that everyone's hearing all of your answers and getting to know you a little bit better, maybe speaking up a little bit. Thank you. So awesome. I think let's go to the next slide, because I know I want to ask you about kind of your inspiration. And these pieces are so dreamy, are so gorgeous. I mean, and for those viewers, like, this is a little sneak peek and exclusive of maybe what you can see in game later this season. Can you kind of tell us where you get your inspiration from for these pieces?
Oh, of course. So for inspiration, I like to get it from, I love watching movies and seeing what the characters and costume department's doing there. So I love like the evil kind of witchy characters and how they have those beautiful dark gowns, like Maleficent. That is so dreamy. Also, I love going into the fabric store to see what kind of unique fabrics they have. So yeah, I'll sometimes just get a really cool fabric, bring it home and see kind of how it hangs on the mannequin. And yeah, otherwise just looking through like Instagram or Pinterest to see the latest or even past designs that top designers have done and what kind of techniques, kind of details that they use, and incorporating some of that into my own designs.
That's awesome. I mean, I like just also the way that these photos were shot are beautiful and just enhance the pieces. So I'm really excited to see some of your new garments in game and start styling with them.
I'm so excited to see everyone styling with them. For this one, it was actually just shot on the phone, so I'm really
Oh my
surprised.
gosh, you're kidding. That's incredible. These are so beautiful. I would have never guessed.
Oh, it was all thanks to my friend who's the model, Anna. She was, yeah, very incredible, very skilled model. So
Oh my gosh. Well, major props. That's incredible. Speaking of dreamy garments, on the next slide, you guys can see the Covet exclusive Amphitrite set that just launched yesterday. I mean, when I say breathtaking, I mean breathtaking. Like, this is gorgeous. And I think we can all just be super thankful that you created this beautiful exclusive set for Covet. Can you give us kind of a rundown of kind of your behind the scenes look at like why the silhouette, the color, just kind of elaborating on your process to design this?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you guys give me the opportunity to do this, I immediately thought of one of my past designs because I found, I was going through the garage, I found my old sketchbook and saw this past design, and I wanted to kind of bring something from the past and the future together. So that inspired the silhouette of the kind of drapiness of the skirt, because this is not something that's easily creatable in real life. So this was the perfect opportunity to have it done. And the inspiration for the colors was the beachy waves, how the draped chiffon reminds me of the waves as you kind of like dip in and out. And I miss summer. It's like almost winter here.
Uh, oh man, no, I mean, I think you instantly transported me into this like very tropical, magical, like it's like just everything kind of coming together and being like a beautiful moment. I know on the next slide we have kind of a close-up version of the pieces. I mean, I think that it's just tremendous, and yeah, thank you so much. I think this is so awesome to see these pieces in game.
Oh, the artist did an incredible job from what they were given. Like I just did a rough sketch and they managed to create this out of it. Yeah, I feel like I wanted to add kind of pieces so they can style different pieces together with other looks. And yeah, just give this whole goddess vibe.
Yes. Well, it was achieved. And kind of speaking of Covet and just having this be an exclusive piece, what has Covet and the community really meant to you? Because I know that you've played Covet. I know that there's a lot of people who are really big fans of yours in the game. What has that meant to you?
Oh, Covet, the community has been just so incredible and so supportive. And yeah, I think I've added lots of Facebook friends and really kind messages. And I just can't believe how like passionate and kind and supportive the community is.
Oh,
Really.
totally. And I think one of the other things too that's really awesome, and just to hear like how supportive it is been for you, is just also like how creative the community is. I think that's something that I always am surprised and delighted by, is just like how incredible, not only supportive within the community that's been built, but just like how they approach styling. Like they keep me on my toes. And it's just been awesome to kind of see us grow over the years as well. So I'm so glad to hear that that's also been kind of your experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love going through all the styles that you guys have styled and kind of even taking inspiration from that to see like, oh, wow, this could be paired, for like a photo shoot or runway in this way. That's really awesome.
That's so cool. Kind of building off of the community, do you have any styling tips or any advice that you would give? It doesn't have to be specific in game, could be in real life, but how you are kind of approaching, I know you just mentioned it's almost winter there for you, but maybe summer, looking forward to warmer weather. Do you have any advice to share for our viewers?
Okay, I'm kind of weird to be honest. In summer, I don't wear open toe shoes. I still wear boots in summer. So I would suggest if you're like me and you don't like open toe shoes, you can go for those cute boots with the little cutouts. And that's a really staple piece. I think some good shoes and even a good belt that could go with lots of different jeans, shorts, skirts that will pair with anything to kind of finish up the look.
That's perfect. I love that. I'm always here for a statement boot. So I think that's a good tip. So I think right now, before we kind of jump into the Q&A section, where I know a lot of you viewers have already submitted some questions and we compiled everything, let's get into trivia. I think this is a good moment. So for all of our viewers on Facebook and YouTube, just a reminder that we will be announcing the winners post-event. So we won't be announcing anybody today, but please make sure when you're writing your answer, your trivia answer in the comments, that you add your correct Covet username so that we can appropriately let you know and that you've been a winner. So that's super important. So I want to make sure to be extra clear for that. Winners will be judged on their first correct answer or Price is Right rules, which is the closest without going over. So we'll also have terms that you can check out in the comments that will be shared. So if you want to take a look at kind of, more details around the trivia section, the link will be dropped in the comments. So we have 3 trivia questions today, and they're all centered around our beautiful guest, Judy. So I will go ahead and kick off the first question. Also, just a heads up that we will alert you in the chat when the correct answer has been shared. So just so that we can kind of move on to the next question. So without further ado, our first question is, Judy Gao is ranked blank among New Zealand female chess players. So this is Judy's like, what? So this is something that we mentioned in the beginning of the series. Judy Gao is ranked blank, so a number, among New Zealand female chess players. So please share your answers. And we'll give you guys a few minutes to a few seconds to send in any answer. I encourage you guys, any answer is a good answer, so throw it out there with your Covet username.
I would love all the ones coming in because, like, wow, they have so much faith in me.
Let's see, let's give it a couple of extra seconds so that we can make sure everyone is submitting their answer.
Speaking of chess, I highly recommend the Queen's Gambit if you haven't watched.
Oh my gosh, one of my favorites. I binge watched that show so quickly. It was amazing. The fashion that was worn, the set design, it was just gorgeous. Like every part of it was just beautiful.
Yes, and even I thought it would be boring, even as a chess player. Yeah, it was so captivating.
It really was. So I think we have the correct answer, so we're set. So I'll go ahead and move on to our second trivia question. What reality show did Judy Gao participate on? So this is a question to see if you were listening at the beginning of this event. I'll say it one more time. What reality show did Judy Gao participate on? And remember your Covet username and your answer.
It wasn't The Bachelor.
Striking out one answer.
Although that doesn't drama.
Maybe next season.
Oh, yes, I hope my boyfriend won't mind.
I think I'll give it one extra second so people can submit their answers. I think we got the right. I'll say it one more time. One last time. What reality show did Judy Gao participate on? And we got the right answer. Awesome. So one last trivia question. And this is a number question. So get ready, throw out any numbers. How many Judy Gao garments are in game currently? Say it one more time. This is a good one. How many Judy Gao garments are in game currently?
I might have to bring out the app to start counting.
Awesome. I think throw any number, again, Covet username and your guess of how many garments are in game from Judy Gao.
And it's more than one.
Awesome. I think, oh, nothing yet. We'll give it one more second for our Facebook folks and YouTube. Again, how many Judy Gao garments are in game?
This is really hard, like one of those jelly bean ones.
Yeah, it totally is. It's just you just got to throw out a number and see. I'm so bad at those guessing games. I would not win.
I'm really by people who can do the maths on it. Like
yeah.
Volume and stuff.
Oh man. Okay, we got a winner. Awesome. Well, thank you guys all for participating in the trivia section. We will be contacting each of the winners post-event. And we'll also say the trivia answers later at the end of today. So let's hop into Q&A. I know that we had a lot of responses, a lot of questions gathered from the Covet community earlier this week. So we compiled everything. We tried to sort through and answer the most asked questions. So let's get started. There was an overwhelming response around kind of interest and where you kind of get your inspiration from. I think we kind of touched on this earlier, but I'd love to hear maybe how you approach kind of your color palette, whether it's seasonally or if it's just based on like how you look at different kind of your different sources of inspiration. Would love kind of your insight on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the color palette, I feel like as a, my own boss and the designer, I don't need to follow any rules. I kind of just go to the fabric store and see, the combination of what colors are just really drawing me in right now. And at the moment, it's kind of this light color palette of kind of sage green, champagne, oyster. If I don't know how to do this, but if I could turn my laptop around, maybe I'll quickly show you.
Ooh, a sneak peek, everyone. This is exclusive.
Where am I pointing to? Where am I?
Yes, I can see the rack with all the beautiful different colors, the different pieces. Yeah.
Some samples I'm working on right now in this very light color. It just feels so summery, even though we're in winter.
Oh, I love that. I love those colors. Just hearing the names are so luxurious and dreamy. I'm like already feeling transported. If you
mean color names. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think that kind of gives it life and then makes me want to like work with it more.
Totally.
Actually, oyster. Yum, 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 yum.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I love that. Kind of speaking to your different pieces, is there someone that you would love? It could be a celebrity or another style icon or just someone that you would want to see wearing one of your pieces?
Oh, yes, 100%. If Lady Gaga wore one of my pieces, I think I would actually cry. Because I just love dressing really creative, inspirational women, like Rihanna, even Beyonce. But I think my top pick is Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
especially after watching The Star is Born and her speech at, was it the Oscars? It was really inspiring.
I love Lady Gaga. Yeah, she is quite the style icon, and that would be incredible to see her in one of your garments.
Yeah, even when I like manifest it, when I picture it in my head, I'm like shedding a tear.
Well, here we go. Now we all need to manifest this for Judy, everyone. We fingers crossed. Come on, Lady Gaga, let's make it happen. Um, um, kind of switching away from inspiration and more kind of with your technique and process. I think a lot of us are curious how long or what's the average time it takes to kind of design and kind of bring something to life. So I guess from the idea phase to the design phase, what does that time period look like?
Oh, that's a really great question because sometimes it's really, I guess I'll have to put something away for a while to come back to it. But otherwise, if I was, in a focus mode and I knew what I was doing, it may take a day or two, which is quite
Wow.
efficient. Otherwise, it could take a month or more if I need to put it away and come back and have a look at it. Because we're looking at these things every day, like, oh, is it nice? I don't know anymore. What is this?
Wow, a day. That's incredible. I'm sure it's also kind of just like if you can zone in on your idea and you just feel the momentum of it, then just kind of pushing through and seeing it basically the process. But that's incredible. I can't even imagine like just seeing the designs that you sent over of just like the exclusive set and being like, I wonder how long that would take. I think that's awesome. That's so inspiring to hear also as well.
I think that's what I really learned from being on Project Runway was that, before I had Go On, I thought it was impossible to make anything in a day. And I had lots of doubt in myself that, oh, would I even get a garment finished on time to show the judges? But after being on, you really see that, time is not a limiting factor in some
Mhm.
ways. You can really use it to your advantage by kind of thinking outside of the box of how you could design something simple, um, even make like cheat methods of how to make things, like just a quicker way of making things. That's really
Definitely.
pushed me and gave me more confidence.
Yeah, that's so awesome to hear. I think for those that are still trying to find those you know the confidence in creating something or kind of not letting time get in the way, do you ever experience creative blocks, or and if so, like how do you overcome them? Is it just simply like putting it aside and coming back to it, or do you kind of have a process that you do personally?
I wish I had a good answer to that because I'm currently in a creative block right now where I guess I have my collection. I can't think of anything more and new exciting to add. So I'm just taking a break. I am going back to basics. So kind of just keeping up the sewing skills and techniques and working on the classic kind of sweetheart necklines, the classic kind of satin dresses at the moment. But I have reserved some books in the library that's going to be very helpful, like just with lots of images on wearable arts and designs. And hopefully that will bring me out.
Yes, I think that's one of the things that is I feel like even the most creative people, like it's so natural to get into periods where you kind of are stumped a little, but finding ways like whether it's through different books or imagery or different sources of inspiration to kind of shake you out. But I love asking that question because I think that it's kind of comforting to hear that even some incredible designers like yourself still experience that. And that it's normal to kind of get into spaces where you don't feel it doesn't come as naturally maybe as you would like it to be. So
Yeah, totally. And it's totally fine to feel creative block in any kind of, whether you're a writer or artist.
mhm.
Yeah, we'll just hope that it'll not a long 1 year or couple years period.
Yeah, we'll get through it. I know we're short on time, but I do want to ask one more question. I know that there are a ton of creative folks in our community that are interested in the fashion space or just, pursuing a more creative line of work or hobby, what would you say to someone, whether it's a single piece of advice for someone who wants to pursue a career in fashion designing, for those who may be listening?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I can advise to just follow a path that you're really passionate about in that space. For example, for fashion, I really loved ball dresses and evening gowns. So I really went down that path because I was passionate about it, and I found that was what I was best at. Like if you told me to make a suit or streetwear, I would completely fail. So definitely follow a niche and be known for that niche. Because I think it's important to be a specialist in something so that you could really build up your skills and be known for that specialist thing. And once you figure that out, it might take a while, and that's totally fine, is to just really tell your story and show your creations on social media. That's free advertising.
Yes, you heard it here. We have a TikTok queen. Also, we were talking about TikTok before this session started. And I think, Judy, like, you are a great example of kind of like exactly the advice you gave. You honed in on your skills. I think anybody who is familiar with your pieces could kind of point them out in a crowd just because they're so beautifully crafted. And you are so open to sharing and, trying out new platforms like TikTok, or like with even working with Covet. I think that it's awesome to see your pieces in so many different ways. So thank you so much for being a part of this, a part of the community, and just being so open to, sharing your beautiful designs.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And I hope the next time, in the future, it'll be like an in-person event so I could
Yes.
see pieces.
I would love that. I know we all would love that so much, to connect in person. I know that we want to do a few more things. So I want to make sure, since we're a little bit short on time, to give you guys all the trivia question answers. So I'm going to run through that really quickly. And then we want to show you guys a sneak peek of the Judy Gao exclusive set on our new TikTok. So exciting stuff there. So first I'll run through trivia answers. So the first one was Judy Gao is ranked blank among New Zealand female chess players, and she is actually 5th. So Judy Gao is ranked 5th among New Zealand female chess players. So winner will be contacted after this event. The second question was, what reality show did Judy Gao participate on? And that was Project Runway New Zealand. So again, winner will be contacted. And then last but not least, this was a tough one. How many Judy Gao garments are in game currently? And the correct answer was 120. So 120 pieces in game currently. So, and counting. I'm ready to see more. So all of those trivia winners will be contacted. And let's go ahead as we wrap up. I again want to thank everybody for participating. I want to thank Judy for being a part of this. This was so awesome just to get to know you and kind of your process in designing so much better. And I appreciate everyone for submitting questions beforehand, for sending lovely comments. We all feel the love. So thank you guys all for being here for this.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Awesome. Thank you, Judy. So let's show off the TikTok. Let's bring that back on screen, and you can see from Judy's sketch that she shared to our internal art team how they brought the piece to life in game. So this is a time lapse, and encourage everyone, if you have a TikTok, to follow Covet Fashion.
I wish I could draw like that.
Yay, so beautiful. I love seeing the dimension in it come to life. So again, I think that's all the time we have for today. It went by super quick, but thank you all for attending. We can't wait to see all the great summer looks that you guys come up with this season. And big shout out to Judy. If you're not following her already, please go follow her, give her a shout out, and share your designs. We shall talk to you guys later.
Bye, and thank you.